All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Good Faith Show on this April Fool's Day. I'm your host, Andre Morton, and the Good Faith Show is only on the ATP Network. You can catch the ATP Network on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter. And also, too, guys, I have some shameless plugs for you as well. Be sure to follow the official ATP Network Twitter account. My handle, the handle for it is right there, ATP Network 247. And also too, follow the ATP Network crew. Um, you know, we're doing our thing, so follow us. Um, and also too, while you at it, like the video. It don't cost you nothing to like the video, so like it if you're on YouTube and Rumble, especially. Like, cause I know you can't like it on Twitter. And also too, guys, if you're on Twitter watching this right now, please, just a courtesy, like I strongly recommend you going to YouTube, watching it on watching our content on there because Twitter is unstable. Apparently Twitter is, well, of course they shadow banning my account, right? So yeah, a lot of things you probably not even seeing unless you real close, follow me. But and then on top of that, it glitches out, so you probably don't get the notification when I go live. So yeah, like just go to YouTube, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell too. Same on Rumble. Like go on Rumble too. We on the Rumble as well. Like yeah, just go on Rumble and watch our stuff, man. Cause Twitter, like Twitter ain't cutting it, man. But I still leave, the channel on. I mean leave it. I still live stream to Twitter as well. Because we still small and we're not getting as many views, but Twitter is really the where we get the most views. So yeah, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube and Rumble. So yeah. Oh man. Um, if some of you guys asking on Twitter, like I'm not leaving the network. I'm not leaving Twitter. I want to leave Twitter because I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of the people on there. Too many infiltrators. Too many too much trolling, man. It's toxic. Twitter is a toxic platform, but I need to leave it. If it wasn't for this network shit I'm doing right now, I've been going. Like I don't need Twitter in my life like that. Like there's other things I can do. Like I got a garden that I want to grow. So back there in the backyard. So like, but hey, I ain't gonna leave Twitter. It was just an April Fool's joke if you watching this. So, and I'm not leaving the ATP network because hell, I'm the captain of this network. Like without me, it wouldn't be no ATP network. I'm just saying, like I'm not trying to be cocky or nothing, but I'm just saying, like you need somebody to upload stuff, make graphics, make intros, do all kinds of stuff. Like you need people to do that in order for your platform to be successful. So yeah, I'm not leaving the ATP network. I think I almost scared the hell out of the co-founder this morning, but I told her it was a joke. She going through, so um, you know, April Fools ain't no joke. So yeah, and one thing that really aggravates me, man, like, see, this is why I don't want to make reaction videos to these people anymore, because it's like I'm just defending a friend on Twitter, for example, and these fucking loser trolls always call me either a token, simp, Uncle Tom. Like, first of all, Liz is Hispanic. She's not white. Yeah, she's lighter tone, but she's brown, guys. She's brown. She's Hispanic, a Latina. Like she's not white. And second of all, like I'm not no Uncle Tom to anybody. Um, if I defend people, I defend it under my own recognizance. I don't care what color it is. So if I'm their friend, I defend them. I mean, I don't know why these people do what they do. I think they trying to break me too because they know that when you call black people stuff like that, it pushes our buttons. But I really don't give a shit. And people screenshot this stuff and send it to me, man. Like I just ain't got time to look at that shit. Like because I can't say what I want on Twitter because I know bad enough I'm probably on thin ice as it is. Like I'm pretty sure they want to suspend my account because I'm anti-Israel as it is. And then respond back to these fucking losers, like, I mean, in a way I want to respond back to him, yeah, it'll get me kicked off. So, I mean, I really don't give a fuck. If I get wake up Twitter account gone, like I'll still be living. I'm not gonna die. Like Twitter is not that important to me. And I encourage other people, like man, man, I might do this too. I might just take some days. I just ain't gonna be on social media at all. Like, 'cause I mean, it's just like it's just such a cesspool, man. And um, all we trying to do is help raise money for Liz for her to move to Ohio to see Travis to be hang with Joey up there in Ohio, and she got another friend too that's up there too. Like that's all. Like we didn't ask for the suggestions. We didn't ask for smearing Liz and it's smearing her, calling her a scam artist. Like nobody asked for that shit. Like I don't know why people just can't do the easiest thing. A normal person doesn't do the shit these people do. Like what his name, Pharaoh Monk, whatever his name is. Like this asshole man, like ain't got nothing else to do. Now he claimed he's a real estate broker, but he's on Twitter trolling people. Make that make sense? How? Like anybody can say that they like saying I'm a fucking I'm a Fortune 500 person or some shit. Like and I'm on Twitter trolling people. Like what the fuck? Like dude, you ain't no real estate broker. You just a fucking troll. And also too, before I get to what I want to talk about, because I'm just fucking pissed. I'm just sick of these motherfuckers that never show their face, like be anonymous, but willing to talk shit about people. Like my thing is, if you're gonna talk shit about me or anybody else, at least show your face. You know what I mean? At least I want to see what your ugly ass look like. You know what I mean? Like it's probably the reason why you're anonymous, because you don't look that good. So yeah, man. Like I'm just tired of this shit. Um, that's why I don't look at the timeline no more. That's why I don't look at notifications no more. Cause I know that these clowns is just racked up my notifications, man, talking all kinds of off the wall shit. Especially those Zionists, man. They're some special. They's a special breed, man. Them Zionists, boy. I'm telling y'all, they on that man, boy. Boy, I don't know what in the fuck they problem is. Like, damn, boy, you say one thing bad about Israel, they dox you, they call you out your name, they do all kinds of stuff. But anyway, man, I'm done talking about this shit. Like can the woman raise her money in peace? Like, can she? Like, is it that hard? Like, I need to tell her like, hey, you need to cut the comments off for your when you post the links to your fundraiser, because that's what they coming from. Like the woman can't raise money in peace. The woman bad enough going through enough as it is. Like she raising two kids on her own. Her financial situation is very stressful. Like she don't need your fucking smearing and trolling and conniving. You being conniving. Like come on, man. Like calling me a token. Like yeah. Oh, I'm so offended. Oh, because cause I defend her. Like, what the fuck? So I can't. So if I don't defend her, I guess I'm not a token. Like, I guess that's what you're saying. So, man, I'm just tired, man. Like, I really do need to leave Twitter. Like, Twitter's not good for your mental health. Like, if you have mental health issues like I have, like, yeah, Twitter, yeah, it's not good, man. It's not good. And you think you got allies on there too, and you really don't. Because I met so many people and it turns out to be pieces of fucking shit on there. So, yeah. Sorry to be, downing in the beginning, but I'm just sick of it, man. Like, I just don't know. But, all right, guys. Anyway, what we talking about today? Marvin Sapp speaks out on why he asked for $48,000 and closed the doors. And Donald Trump, and Elon Musk will leave Doge in May. So, very interesting topic. So, again, like the video if you're still watching. Like, I ain't trying to alienate nobody on here. I mean, I'm not saying Liz ain't open to suggestions, but not to that. Like, she know what she want to move to. Just if you gonna donate, that's fine. You retweet, that's fine. But like, guys, please don't tell her what she should move to. Like, come on, stop that shit, man. We all supposed to be adults here, right? Like some of you guys, man, I don't know. So, all right, guys, let me get to the first story. All right, guys. So yeah, oh, Marvin Sapp. Some of you don't know who Marvin Sapp is. He's a gospel singer, a preacher, a pastor. He has his own church, and apparently, for some reason, he asked for $40,000, and instead of him just not locking people, basically locking people back in his own congregation in the church until they give it to him, he did it anyway, and he is receiving hella backlash. Like I talked to my mom about it the other day, and she's very upset because my mom, she's a Christian. She's all into religion. Like she like Marvin Sapp music. Um, you know, like yeah, like that's crazy. Like this man gets 40K and that shit is tax free. That's probably why a lot of these people do this church stuff because hey, you ain't got to pay taxes, man. We really need to start taxing these churches, man. Like I'm dead serious. But anyway, Mama sat for to talk about it. Really, in all actuality, this isn't a video. It's basically like audio. So I don't know if Ricky Smiley has copyright. I mean, content ID on it because I'm gonna have to run it through a system first before I upload it because these people on that bullshit when it comes to content ID. But anyway, I'm finna play it and get my thoughts on it. Here we go.
Chosen Vessel Church in Fort Worth, Texas. Joining us this morning is a friend of the show, Marvin Sapp. And good morning. Thank you for joining this morning.
Thank you.
And listen, let me say this. I'm not here to exploit this situation. You are my friend.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm a real friend. I'm a loyal friend. You understand? And I haven't even talked to you this week.
No,
because I know your phone was blowing up, but I had sense enough that everything that you sat here and said during the commercial break, I already knew. You don't have to explain that to me. I grew up in the church. And in your own way. In your own way. Let's start with the attacks that are on you and the death threats on you and your family.
Oh yeah. By the way, Marvin Sapp claims that after that went viral, he's been receiving death threats towards his church and his life and his family's life. But let me say this. Um, I mean, like, see, that's when people take shit too far, man. Look, what Marvin Sapp did was messed up. It wasn't good. But again, like, if these people do, like, I think those people are just trolls at this point. Like, like everybody that does shit will receive death threats, man. Like when shit go viral, like that's just the way it is on social media, at the church. Like people see, hey, it is what it is. I've seen death threats on Twitter, so yeah. But again, like, yeah. Let me continue.
Well, let me just start.
Just whatever way you want to start.
Let me just start by saying first, Ricky, I thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
I thank you for the opportunity to be able to come on your show and for you to use your platform to give me a chance to just, add some context.
Yeah.
Some context and clarity to, a clip that, a whole lot of people have seen. Sadly, one of the things that has happened is, people have created a narrative that is absolutely not true. Number one, the narrative was created, excuse me, that I raised the money at my church, that I kept the people at my church hostage until I raised $40,000.
Dude, you told the ushers to close the doors. Like, dude, like Marvin Sapp, like, there's no way in hell you gonna get out of this one, bro. Like, we heard, dude, we had the audio. Like, I'm pretty sure you probably said it's AI. No, that's not AI, bro. It's not AI. Like you said, yeah, you said close the doors. Now, if you didn't say that, hey, I can't, I can't say that you did keep your fucking congregation hostage. Why you told the ushers to close the doors? And what if somebody got mad at what you did and ran out and probably hurt one of your ushers trying to get out the door? So you put people in danger by doing shit like that, man. Like, that's wild. Like, okay, let me continue.
Dollars for me. That's the narrative that has been shared. That I locked folks up in my church. That I made them give $40,000 and I wouldn't allow them to leave until they gave it to me. And in the
But you said that if 1,000 people gave $20 a piece, then another thousand, I guess, online gave $20 a piece, it'll be $40,000. That's what you said. Now you acting like, oh, that's not what I said. See, what happened was is that that's a lie. People trying to say I'm greedy for money. Like, bro, we got ears, Marvin Sapp. Like, we ain't deaf, bro. Come on, man. This is wild.
be honest with you, that is absolutely false.
Yeah.
Number one, that offering was taken last year. This was a service that happened last August. Number two, it didn't happen at my local church. It actually happened at a national organization's international meeting where churches from all over the country, all over the world came together for the purpose of.
You know what though? Okay, even okay, you said it happened last August. Okay, but it still happened though. It still happened. Okay, okay. I didn't know that. I'm gonna be fair right now. I'm just watching this as you guys right now. Like, I didn't know that. Okay, you said it happened last year. Okay, that's fine. But again, though, dude, like, why would you say all that shit though? Like, why? Like, I'm pretty sure that other preachers was there asking for money. I mean, probably was raising money for something. Like, oh, okay.
Celebrating the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. People took issue with me saying shut the doors. Understand, I never said lock the doors.
Yeah.
I said shut the doors.
I know. I know. I said that on last episode. I said, yeah, no, he didn't say lock the doors. He said shut the doors. Which still, like, the ushers are gonna be in front of the door. I used to go to church. I know how that works. Like, you telling the ushers to close. Why you tell? But that don't make any sense. Like, why you told the ushers to close the doors for? That don't make any sense. Like, you technically was like kind of holding them hostage. You technically was, dude. Like, you see, he trying to wiggle his way out of this, but I didn't know it was a conference last year. But again, like, but my thing is, I don't know though. Like, if this was in August, how did people skip on this? Like, how did that's a long time. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Shit, almost 8 months ago. Like, I let them continue.
Shutting doors mean that people still have the ability to go in and out. They've taken issue with my tone. And I can honestly say, looking at the video, maybe I was a little more assertive than I should have been.
Oh shit.
And I can apologize for that. I can apologize for that. But three things I need to make sure that people understood. Number one, the $40,000, if it was $40,000 that was raised, was never given to me. That money was raised for the purpose of taking care of the budget for their conference.
Okay. Why you couldn't just say that? Why you did in such a tone like, hey, you need the money now? It's a small seed and all that stuff. Like, why you came at it in a way that made people think? Cause you know how people is on the internet. Like, people overreact to shit. It happens all the time. I do it too as well. Like, I guess that's just part of being on social media for a long time. Like, every little thing that comes up, people make a big deal out of it. Then later on, we find out it wasn't a big deal. Now, okay, let's say if all that was true. Let's say maybe they didn't reach their goal of 40K, but he yeah, I guess he sound more stern, But again, it's like, man, I can't say he lying because I don't do that. Like I don't know what's in a person's heart at that time. But yeah, like he was coming out saying stuff like that. He sounded kind of like a little tepid too, like a little nervous. Like I don't know, maybe I'm nitpicking, but that's how I get from this. Like he sounded kind of a little nervous too. He said the money never go to him, but you could have said, "Hey, this is for the conference, man." Like you don't tell people how much to give. That too, I should have said that. You don't tell people how much to give, Marvin said. Like people, everybody ain't got $20 to give like that, bro. Like people are struggling. Like that congregation at that conference or whatever. He said one his church. I was say I thought his church was smaller. I remember he did a thing on Unsung about Unsung is like well singers don't sing anymore. They talk about their past and stuff like that. Like yeah, but that's a mega church. Like a mega church he was at, but yeah, like you don't do that, man. You just it's a right and wrong way to do things. Like just say like, hey, it goes towards the funding for this conference and all that stuff, and give from your heart. Like that's what they supposed to tell you. Like you just don't say everybody gave $20. Um, you know, um, that's like we raising money for Liz to go to Ohio, and that's like me telling people everybody gave, okay, everybody gave $100. It'll be 10,000. No, no. Now we do ask say, hey, 10,000 of Liz's followers give her $1, then But I even a lot of people ain't got $1 to give. Like I really temperate to ask that. That's why I said retweet, donate. But back to this, man. It's like it just he went at it the wrong way. That's why I get from this. But I let him continue.
Not Marvin Sapp. Number two, it didn't happen at my church. It happened in Baltimore. Number three, you know, people take issue with me being firm with the ushers. Anybody that goes to church, ushers one-on-one, that's the first thing they teach you as being an usher, is that there are 3 times you don't walk. You don't walk during the altar call. You don't walk during prayer. You don't walk during the offering. One of the reasons being is because of the sacredness of the moment. But it's also about security. As a pastor, that churches are being robbed at gunpoint. It's happening all over the country. This is not something I'm making up. This is factual. So if you got 5,000 people in a room, you want the doors closed. You don't want the doors locked. I couldn't get them locked anyway. It's a convention center. But the doors needed to be closed, and there was a lot of pandemonium and stuff that was going on out there. But I wanted to share that first. But that ain't even the reason why I'm here. Here's the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is because what has happened is people have taken clickbait and made something out of it that it isn't. And because of that, my church has been getting phone calls. People have called my church and cussed me out. My staff are.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. Like I hate that shit too. I ain't gonna lie, I hate that shit too. Like you know, um, but again, it's like what I get from this is that now you clarifying what really happened. But again, like I think the reason why people are so angry, Mama said, okay, that's okay, all this shit true, that's fine. I think a lot of people are angry at you, man, is because people see people know that, when you go to church, man, when it comes to offering time, these pastors be on a new level of, begging for money. Like it's just gonna just keep it 100. Like as a former churchgoer, I used to go to church. Pastors always ask for money. You know, like my pastor one time said, don't worry about your electric bill. Give that tithe and offering, which is wild because um, a lot of these electric companies, man, you can't write on the slip. I gave my tithe and offering to the church because they would cut your shit off. They don't give a fuck. But like, it's just the way you came at it, man. Like that's really where I'm at. Like you ask people to give a certain amount of money, Then you gave a number of people to do it, and then you told, yeah, I heard that too, because I've been in church. Like, ushers ain't supposed to move around doing, certain parts of the service. But again, like, people don't know that because people don't go to church. A lot of people are atheists, like agnostic even to a certain extent. Like, people don't know that. So, it's good of him, to a certain credit, going on the media telling the truth, you know. But I don't condone like cussing a man out, threatening his family and his church. Like, I don't condone that shit, even, but yeah, like, if you haven't said that stuff, if you said give what you can towards this organization, nobody would have gave a rat's ass. But yeah, I'm gonna continue a few minutes and I'm gonna get to the next topic. But yeah, found out a lot today.
Afraid because I've received death threats over $20 and shut the door. People have come to our campus. They have come to my church to try to cause problems, issues, challenges. And again, my children, I don't look at comments. We was talking about this. I don't read comments. When you got millions of followers, you ain't got time to be reading all the comments. You just don't have it.
Right.
My children do. And
yeah, I have 10,000 followers and I don't read comments either. Like, yeah, I just ain't got time for social media, man. But yeah,
they are afraid, and the reason being is because I'm their only parent. I'm a widower. They're afraid for my safety. So now we've had to update and increase security and all the things I've never had to do before because of the vitriol and the anger that people have shown, the things that they've said in my thread and stuff. And all of this is because of a misunderstanding. And I'm not blaming people. Let me be clear. I'm not blaming anybody because of their misunderstanding. I'm just saying in all you're getting, get an understanding. And if I'm sharing with you that the $40,000 that I was trying to raise, and again, I don't know if the organization got 40, 10, 20, any of it. I don't know. I'm hoping that I actually raised more money so that I can help the organization that has been such a great support to me.
But I have a question about this organization. I guess, got something to do with Christianity or whatever. Like, is this organization, is it doing mutual aid? You know what I mean? Like, is it having working class black people in particular, more people that are, go to church, a lot of older black people, for example, like, a lot of older black people are very sacred when it comes to church, man. Like my mama, she's very, very sacred. So is it helping people like her? Like, not her, but people like her, or is it just a money making scheme? See, it's good to answer questions like this. Like, I love to ask them, like, hey, what does this organization do? I mean, y'all spread the word. Do y'all do mutual aid? Like, one thing, you go out and spread your propaganda. That's really what that is. The Bible is propaganda. You spread your propaganda around, but are you actually helping people in the streets? The homeless people in the streets. And okay, a misunderstanding. Okay, we got a misunderstanding. People had a misunderstanding of what happened. Like, I thought that happened, hell, last week, last month. Hell, I didn't even know. This is why that, I need to do better. Like, I need to research shit more. But again, the organization now, they probably raised more than that. Like, you said, a lot of people, people watching online too as well. Lord knows how much they gave. So yeah, that's a good question. But pay a little bit more of this, and I'm gonna move on.
These people,
and again, let's be clear, not a dime of that money.
Not a dime of that money came to me. Not a dime of it.
And where did your money come from?
I've been blessed. I've been extremely blessed. I've sold millions.
Yeah, he sold millions. Like you about to say, he sold millions of records. He had a hit song come out like 2008, 2009. Like, I'm gonna say, like, why you need 40 grand? Like, you doing fine. Wealthy, Marvin. Like, about that's what I really up in ass about. But yeah,
of records, millions. I'm a songwriter.
How much have you gotten paid from? And we on the radio live,
right?
How much How much have you gotten paid from your church? I'm just saying.
Okay, so
Tell
see,
me
Ricky,
what you said
I'm
during
gonna
commercial.
tell you what people don't know is that I pastored 16 years in the city of Grand Rapids, Michigan. I founded my church. I pastored 16 years. We had a great church. Still have a great church there. 16 years of pastoring. I never got paid a dime. That's a fact. 16 years. You can call the church. You can ask them. I pastored the Lighthouse for Life Center Church in Grand Rapids, Michigan for free for 16 years. 9 years of those 16 years, I gave a minimum of $30,000 a month to my church.
Wow.
30 grand a month to my church to ensure that the church could go forward. We had a lot of stuff. I had a college campus that we had bought. We had 3 other campuses, and my membership had dwindled after my wife had passed because I had to travel more in order to take care of me and my kids.
Right.
So, my membership, it dwindled, but we never lost anything. And as a matter of fact, this is factual. The day I announced the new pastor, I burned the mortgage of the church. When I left Grand Rapids, I left my church not only debt free, but I left them with 6 figures in the bank and put a brand new pastor in and walked away and moved to Texas. I'm not trying to take advantage of people. That's never been my passion. I'm serious.
But the question is how much you get paid at this current church in Texas. He's not answering that question. Like, that's what people do. Like, yeah, they try to dodge the question. Hey, it's old church in Michigan. I remember that because it was on the Unsung documentary. But that's good. But yeah, man, almost done, guys. Wow.
About ministry. And let me go one step further. There's a whole lot of other pastors around here that are doing the same thing. Most pastors in America are bivocational, meaning they have jobs outside of their churches. The average church size in America is only 75 people. Look it up. It's factual. So we're not getting rich off the church. I am bivocational. I'm a W-2 employee at my church. I have a syndicated radio show that I do every week to over 60 different markets.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna end it there. So yeah, finally know the truth, I guess. So it turns out that it was a conference in Baltimore in August, and he was raising trying to get money to raise $40,000, but it sounded like to an average person, that you are collecting money for yourself or the church or whatever. Like, but yeah, I don't condone violence. I don't condone, people threatening anybody's life. I think that's fucked up. Like, my life been threatened because I just did this on a post with my big fat ugly head, said fuck Israel. Like, I just drove people crazy. you know, um, and I said this before. If I said, um, fuck Hamas, like I probably get, the opposite from the other side. So yeah, like I mean, welcome to social media age, man. Like you gonna get smeared, you gonna get trolled, you gonna get death threats, like and also too, like these churches, man. Like let me say this, then like like the church, man. Like y'all need to set an example. Like if y'all gonna spread y'all propaganda around to people, you need to do mutual aid on top of that. Like churches used to do that. Like they used to be like they had missions, for example. Like they did mutual aid. They took care, but a lot of these pastors, man, like apparently Marvin Sapp, well he get paid now, but he didn't get paid at the other church he founded. Like other pastors, they do it for the money, do it for the women. Like I hate to say it like that. That's on the men pastors. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. So yeah, all right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys. Sorry about that. All right, guys, before I get to this next video, be sure to hit the like button. It's free. It don't cost you a damn thing. And yeah, so wow, I'm not surprised by this. A lot of people are, but yeah, it says Trump gives Doge update as Elon Musk says he'll step down in May. Well, I'm pretty sure it's a reasons why Elon is stepping down, but I'm gonna read the article first. It's from Newsweek. Um, Gonna make this bigger because it's without a strain or none. It says, I'm so sick of these pop-up ads, man. I'm finna to play this video right here real quick. Here we go.
Elon Musk's special government tenure is coming to an end, 130 days, I think another month. Do you want him to stay longer, or is it time for him to go back to running his companies in Europe?
Well, I think he's amazing, but I also think he's got a big company to run, and so at some point he's going to be going back. He wants to.
Did you want to keep him around?
I'd keep him as long as I could keep him. He's a very talented guy. I love very smart people. He's very smart, and he's done a good job. Doge is.
Man, typical Trump, man. Like this guy, like anybody that kisses his ass or hand him a bag. Like he's a very smart, talented guy. Oh, he always says the same shit.
We found numbers that nobody can even believe, like 400 billion, 500 billion. It could be close to $1 trillion by the time they end on different things. And he's led the charge. And you've seen a lot of his people. And these are people that joined up. I always say they're high IQ people. I like high IQ people.
Once he goes back, is Doge going to keep operating even without Elon here?
Well, I can't tell you that. I can say this, that a lot of the people that are working with Doge are the secretaries, the heads of the various agencies. And they've learned a lot, and they're dealing with the Doge people. I think some of them may try and keep the Doge people with them. But, at a certain point, I think it will end. But they have also gotten a big education, and they're doing a really good job.
Okay, guys. So yeah, that's that. Let me see. So yeah, that's that. Like, what do Trump get these fucking numbers from? Like, 400 billion, 500 billion. These are $1 trillion. Oh my god. Can't take that motherfucker seriously. It says Trump shared an update on the future of the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, after its chief architect, SpaceX CEO. Man, they love making these motherfuckers sound good. Elon Musk revealed last week that he plans to step down from his role as special government employee by the end of May. It said the context, Musk is a special government employee. Well, first of all, the motherfucker is not a government employee at all. Like, the guy is not even confirmed by the Congress. Like to be what? He's not an elected official. He's not even confirmed. He had to go through an interview process. Oh my, special government employee. Come on, Newsweek. Yeah, that was that bullshit. Like Love be saying, my homeboy Chris Love on that bullshit. A category for temporary federal workers who are supposed to work 130 days out of 365 in their roles. On Thursday, he told Fox News chief anchor Brett Baer that he believes he can complete Doge's starting goal of slashing $1 trillion in government spending within a time frame which would be by the end of May. Well, they actually didn't even hit they didn't even hit 1 billion. If you cut Social Security, they cut $590,000. Like, yeah, that's finding billions upon billions of dollars in waste, fraud, and abuse, right? Give me a break. It says, is Doge going to keep operating even without Elon there? Yeah, we heard that. A reporter asked Trump at the Oval Office on Monday. Well, I can't tell you that, Trump replied. I can say this. There is a lot of people working with Doge, are the secretaries, heads of various agencies, and they have learned a lot. They're dealing with these Doge people. Jesus, Trump can't talk. I think some of them may try to keep the Doge people with them. But at a certain point, I think it will end. Well, yeah, because it's not a real government agency, idiot. It says Musk and Doge have drawn sharp scrutiny over their wrecking ball approach to slashing the federal government workforce, which includes fully dismantling some congressionally approved agencies. Their work made them targets of a flurry of lawsuits fired federal workers, advocacy groups, and unions who accused Musk and Doge of violating the Constitution because Musk is not a Senate confirmed official. Like I said, like he wasn't even confirmed by the Senate. And then um that's crazy. Like this motherfucker is basically destroying the country by slashing federal workers that keep the fucking country running. And he's gonna leave in May, probably scot free. Like, the damn, some of these liberals said that, like, once a Democratic president get back in office, they said they're gonna prosecute Musk and like Trump. Like, they ain't gonna do shit to him, man. Like, Democrats in bed with Musk as well. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's why some people need to leave the duopoly. See, I think the duopoly sometimes drive these people crazy. Like you think like Obama was supposed to come out to Bush and them for lying about the war in Iraq, but he said, "Hey, that's not, I'm not going to do that because my wife is friends with Bush." I remember that Michelle said she friends with Bush. She friends with a war criminal, a fucking Val Creedon of a person. Yeah, well, people love Michelle Obama. Um, I have no problem with her, but hey, like, I mean, I'll say I wouldn't be friends with the motherfucker. I wouldn't be friends with somebody that kills innocent people, but that's me. Um, Doge has also been sued over his access to sensitive financial and personal data of millions of Americans across government agencies. Through federal judges have imposed limits on or blocked off their access in some cases. That's crazy, man. Federal judges are literally telling these clowns that, hey, you can't do that. You can't fire these people. You can't get this information, and they just do it anyway, scot free. You know why they get away with it? You know why they get away with it? It's because they can because Elon's a billionaire. Like they'll billionaires do they get away with shit like that? Like people gotta understand. Like if I did that shit, like hell, like if I don't pay a pocket ticket, they'll tow my shit, probably take me to jail for not paying a pocket ticket. But this guy can steal people's information, put it in his server. Like, yeah, it's in one of them Doge employees is a hacker, I heard. So it's wild, man. It's wild out here. Um, um, it says Musk's electric vehicle company Tesla has also been targeted by protesters who oppose his high-profile role in leading the Trump administration government cost-cutting initiatives. Tesla showrooms and factories across the country have been um, inundated with protests over the last few months, and there have been multiple reports of people vandalizing, firebombing, and otherwise damaging Tesla vehicles. Last week, the FBI launched a task force that said we'll crack down on violent Tesla attacks. Of course, right? FBI Director Kash Patel also characterized the incidents as domestic terrorism, adding that those responsible will be persecuted, caught, and brought to justice. That's crazy, though. Like, so you destroy a Tesla charging station, or you blow or set a Tesla vehicle on fire, like you're a domestic terrorist. But white supremacists, white supremacists potentially murdered two black twins up in the mountains somewhere. I forgot what state it was, Georgia somewhere, and they labeled that as just regular murder. Like, like this. That's why I said this is a racist ass country, bro. Like in this country, property is more valuable than a human life. Like, you know, like that's just the United States for you. Um, Days later, anti-Musk protesters participated in a global day of action across 200 Tesla showrooms and called on Americans to dump their Tesla stock to tank the company's value. Tesla lost more than one-third of its value over the first quarter, and Musk's own net worth had plummeted by roughly 121 billion since December. Um, it says Trump said in Wisconsin over the weekend, "It's costing me a lot to be in this job." No shit, Sherlock. What we're trying to do is what they're trying to do is put massive pressure on me and Tesla. I guess to stop doing this, my Tesla stock and the stock of everyone who holds Tesla going in half is a big deal. Yeah, it's a reason why that you're stepping down. Oh God. It says Musk and his Doge employees are forging ahead in the months leading up to when he'll step down from his role as special government employee. Again, he's not a government employee. Most recently, the SpaceX CEO announced that he's setting his sights on members of Congress who he said are strangely wealthy. Yeah, right. Um, if you and my thing is, are you gonna go after the right Republicans? Yeah, the Democrats are wealthy too, but Republicans are wealthy. Like go after yeah, but um, it doesn't go directly. But let's just say that there's a lot of strangely wealthy members of Congress where I'm trying to connect the dots of how did they become rich. Miss said at a town hall in Wisconsin where he was stumping for conservative candidates for state Supreme Court. So yeah, that's that man. Now this is the reason why he's stepping down because Tesla is literally was burning, but it's burning to a blip. His shareholders basically told him, "Hey, either you step down from Tesla CEO or you need to leave this because people are not liking it." So he'll rather keep being ahead of Tesla and step down from Doge, which I mean the damage has already been done. Like even like a lot of these federal workers, I don't know, like I'm pretty sure like you just like these motherfuckers cut cancer research, bro. Um like you can't like this shit takes years and years and years to develop. Like you just can't fucking cancel it and then you think a Democratic president gonna come in there and start it up, which they won't, because they don't really give a fuck either, and that's what a lot of people think, and think they would start like no, it don't work like that. Like like America is supposed to be the powerful nation on earth, and we still don't really have a cure for cancer. Yeah. So that's why Elon's stepping down because Tesla is losing money. Like ain't because he wants to, ain't because he wants to focus on his companies. Like he don't do nothing. All he do is be on Twitter all day, calling everybody everybody that he hates the R word and stuff like that. Like yeah, he sure is working hard. I'm so sick of these people. These Elon Simpson, I like this man pull himself up by the bootstraps to get where he are. Like to become a billionaire, you have to exploit people, and he exploited lots of people to get where you are. Like you don't become a billionaire by working hard. Like working hard in this country, man, don't get you not nowhere. Especially the working class. Like motherfuckers work hard, they work overtime, they try to be the best employee at their job, and they still get treated like dirt and still get paid like crap. So yeah, like what's the point of working hard? I mean, when I growed up, that's all I've been saying. All right, if you work hard, you put in the effort, go to college, and even my mama don't believe the hype of college anymore because I got my mom to realize that hey, college is a scam. It really is. Like a lot of these degrees are going to like these fields where people got these degrees going towards AI. Like why you think they made out? Why you think they put AI in everything we use? Because they want us to get familiar with it. So when the day comes and they fire a whole bunch of people, then I guess they want us to be numb to it. That's what it is. Like and to be honest with you, AI it's cool, but it's not. I mean, I don't think it'll do what they want it to do. Like you still need people to do stuff. Like what if AI glitches and somebody said this? Somebody said AI gonna get real smart and kill us all. Like I really do believe that. Yeah, I really do. Like AI's created to basically to make billionaires richer. Like that's why AI exists. Duh. Like United Healthcare, for example, they use people's claims using AI. Like it's up to AI to deny the claim or accept the claim, and then you can manipulate AI to tell it to deny more than accept. So yeah, so that was a lot, man. Elon, yeah, like the protesters got Elon shook, boy. So he rather step down for um, but I don't think this is the end of Elon. Like you gonna see more of him. Like he just ain't gonna. He gonna say he still gonna do shit behind the scenes. It ain't gonna be like it was now. Like decisions in your face. So, all right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys, before I get to this story, um, like the video. It's free and don't cost you a thing. So, greatly appreciate it. So yeah, man. Oh boy, knowing this is Trump for you. Like this dude loves power. He's glued to power. Like the guy thinks he's invincible because he got 34 accounts and he was able to, avoid any significant punishment. Like all he got was a mugshot and used that as leverage for his presidency. I mean, for his campaign. Like, you know, it's just like, and, never mind. I ain't gonna say that because it's kind of irrelevant. But this is from BBC. It says, "Can Trump serve a third term as U.S. president?" I can't believe we're talking about this shit. Like Jesus Christ, this motherfucker got sworn in January. It's now April 1st, April Fool's Day. Good God Almighty. Oh God, it's so much shit going on. Like, but one thing about Trump though, like that motherfucker, I don't like the guy. I hate his guts. I hate Trump. I'm gonna say it. I hate him. But this motherfucker, he's strategic. Like, he's doing a lot of shit to fuck over a lot of working class people. But the top of the conversation is, can Trump serve third term as U.S. president? Like, that's what you do. Um, So it said, yeah. So it says, Donald Trump says he's is not joking about wanting to serve a third term as U.S. president. U.S. Constitution says that no person shall be elected more than twice, but some Trump supporters have suggested there could be ways around that. Yeah, man, it's this guy on TikTok named Professor Mike. Like me and him follow each other. Like Professor Mike is a huge MAGA sycophant, or I say a MAGA simpleton, and damn, I should have saved that damn video too. Damn, it was on TikTok. He talking about his ways that Trump can run his third term. Oh God. It says Trump was asked in an interview with NBC about the possibility of seeking a third term, and said there are methods which you could do it. I'm not joking. A lot of people want me to do it. He added, but I basically tell them we have a long way to go. It's very early in the administration. Yeah, because your ass getting old. It says Trump, who will be 82 at the end of the second term, like holy shit, 82 years old, Jesus. Was asked whether he could want to keep serving in the toughest job in the country. Well, I like working, he replied. Yeah, like, dude, you're not working, dude. You golf more than you work. What are you talking about? All you do is sign executive orders, and after that, you golf for days. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, it says, these were not his first comments on the topic. In January, he told supporters that it will be the greatest honor in my life to serve not once, but twice or three times or four times. However, then he said there was a joke for the fake news media. He said, what does the Constitution say? On the face of it, the U.S. Constitution seems to rule out anyone having a third term. The Second Amendment states, no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice, and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years, other terms to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of president more than once. Changing the Constitution will require two-thirds approval from both the Senate and the House of Representatives, as approved from three-quarters of the country's state-level governments. Trump Republican Party controls chambers of Congress but does not have majorities needed. Additionally, the Democratic Party control 18 of the 50 state legislators. Um, it says, uh, could Trump be president for a third term? But yeah, if I read that, like, yeah, like that's not going to happen. They're not going to change the constitution. They're not going to radicalize the Constitution or make a new amendment saying that this guy should run for president. Like, oh man, like, yeah, he joking, but that's what Trump does. Like, so much shit going on. A lot of people didn't know. Like, he said in January, like he was joking, but now he's saying that it's a way to do it, which, that people that love power do. Um, it says Trump supporters said there's a loophole in the Constitution untested in court. They argued that the 22nd Amendment only explicitly bans someone being elected more than 2 presidential terms. It says nothing of secession. Under the theory, Trump could be the vice presidential running mate to another candidate, perhaps his own vice president, J.D. Vance. Really? That basically says like, yeah, he could be vice president technically, but he's still like vice president is really just a sitting duck, really. Like he ain't like J.D. Vance will be controlled. Yeah. Okay. Um, if they win, the candidate could be sworn into the White House and then immediately resign, letting Trump take over by succession. You think that could happen? What? um, Steve Bannon, the podcaster and permanent former Trump advisor, said he believed Trump would run and win again, adding there would be a couple alternatives in determining how. Andy Orgies, a Tennessee Republican in the House of Representatives, introduced a resolution in January calling for a constitutional amendment to allow a president to serve up to 3 terms, as long, as long, as long as they're not consecutive. This would mean that only Trump of all living presidents would be eligible. Barack Obama, um, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush served all consecutive, whereas Trump won 2016, lost in 2020, won again in 2024. However, the high bar for constitutional amendment makes OG proposal a pipe dream, although it got a lot of people talking. Um, okay, so yeah, I'm done reading that, man. So yeah, like there's no way Trump could run a 3rd term unless a fool will run for president and basically, in theory, and basically resign and let Trump become president. Like that's not going to happen. Like all of these motherfuckers are power hungry. Like J.D. Vance, like you know J.D. Vance is full of shit. Like this guy called Trump Hitler, and then all of a sudden become a MAGA boot collar. Just to become president 20, like he wants to run for president 2028. Like how the fuck he gonna do that? But anyway, man. So yeah, I just people were talking about it. So and then that Professor Mike guy, like he talking about it, like he's a MAGA fan. So all right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys, the last segment. Be sure to like the video. It's free and it doesn't cost you a damn thing. So like that damn video while you can. So anyway, so I showed Francesca's side. I'm Team Francesca in this because, to be honest with you, like she was just doing her job. She wasn't done anything wrong. He's just jank, got his fifis hurt, and Anna got her fifis hurt. So yeah, they don't want to remove her because she basically outflanked them. And then also too, before I get it started, shout out to Francesca Fiorentini, man. Like she almost at 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is fucking amazing. Like she deserves it. TYT is failing. Like they're failing. They scared. Like watch the end of this, man. Like this guy, this guy gonna put all his numbers on all his shows together. Like yeah. I'm gonna play most of this. I ain't gonna play all of it, but yeah. So I'm gonna play it. Break it down. Like Jack is so full of it, man.
Tini asked us at TYT to take her podcast, The Habituation Room, off the network, and we happily agreed to that. And today, I'm going a little further, and I'm going to take Francesca off the network and
you know what? Her asking this guy and Anna to take her stuff off that network was the best thing to ever happen to her, man. Like she's growing in numbers like it's unbelievable. So yeah. And also too, man, shout out to everybody else that's growing on YouTube, man. I see Savvy, she at 180K. A couple of people growing, like, yeah, man, like, being on the left, like like we automatically got targets on our back. So, seeing us growing like this, like with little to no money on our side is a big thing. And so yeah. And wow, this guy decides to pedal to the right, and he's failing. Oh God, oh God, Mr. Polly Market Studio right here. Let me play it
entirely. So you won't see her on any of the TYT shows going forward. So I want you guys to know why I'm doing that and how this whole situation isn't really about Francesca. It's about TYT, our community, and what we stand for. And so we're for open minds and open hearts. And so I want all.
But ain't you the same guy that don't want your workers to unionize? Mr. Union Buster? Come on, bro. Got community values. I love talking.
All of you to know that, and I want to build a community that believes in that and invites people in that believe in the same things. And by the way, if you don't believe in the same things and you say, no, I have a strict ideology and I have no open mind about that, no problem. There are tons of shows out there for you guys. So first of all, we've had some disagreements, I certainly have, with some of the far left, but I think they've been relatively small. But if you think that they've been large, no problem. So they've been around the issue of crime. Did crime rise between 2019 and 2023? Well, that's a fact, it did. But it's okay, we could have different interpretations of it, that's not an issue at all. We certainly are against police abuse and we've fought against it. I would argue at least as much as any show on the planet and perhaps a lot more. And I take great pride that Benjamin Crump, among others, said that Trayvon Martin would not have gotten anywhere near the national coverage that he did if it wasn't for the Young Turks. So.
Nah, I know this a motherfucking lie, bro. When the Trayvon Martin situation happened, I was on YouTube, bro. Like, I will remember seeing the TYT talk about the Trayvon Martin situation. Like, nah, that's bullshit right there. That's how he bullshitting that. Like, bro, like, who is TYT again? What? You speak for black folk, Mister defunding the police is a bad thing. Like, crime is high, which is a lie. Crime is going down, bro. Like, okay, it's not about that. It's about him bullshitting. But let me continue.
Nevertheless, we could have disagreements about specific policy issues, and we do on slogans and framing, et cetera. For example, defund the police, Latinx. These are normal disagreements within any community. And I certainly would never want to shut that down because we're, again, for open minds. And of course, we've had some disagreements on the issue of transgender rights. Let me just say quickly what my position is, because a lot of people outside of the network have been misleading you about this. So I'm for 100% constitutional rights for transgender Americans because why? They're Americans, just like the rest of us, and they should have the same exact rights as us. They should be protected in bathrooms. They should definitely be allowed to serve in the military. And I happen to think that they should be allowed to play, transgender girls should be allowed to play in girls' sports in high school. Now, my position on that is not overall popular in the country. I understand that, and I have a strategy for hopefully how to win on that in the long run. But I don't believe that they should be mandated to play in college and professional level.
Now that don't make any sense to me. Now you talking about people that fully transition, like it's a process to do it. Like I guess Jank is probably one of them, like just like a idiot that thinks that a person that automatically thinks the next day, I'm a transition. Like, it's a process to it. But he thinks that, like, ain't you the same guy that said that LeBron played in the WNBA, he'd have like 200 points, and Lionel Messi, he'll score like 20 goals or some shit like that? Like, this stupid, dumb, R-worded shit right there, man. I have to say R-worded. Like, that just make you sound real like a dumbass. Like, it don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. Like, that's the shit that you got mad with Francesca about. Then Francesca called you a bitch for pandering to these right-wing hacks, these irrelevant hacks. All of them irrelevant. Julia Michaels, Dr. Phil, like, irrelevant. But you pandering to them, thinking that, the left is so extreme that, anybody can come transgender and play in a man play in any sport. Like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, really? Fucking idiot, man.
Well, I think the league should get to make those decisions on their own. I think that is a small disagreement. Obviously, others think that's a giant disagreement, but that's, again, not the issue here. I think what the issue is when others, among the issues, is when others say, only my opinion is the correct one, the moral one. Everyone who disagrees with me is unintelligent, immoral, collaborator, etc. Well, we'll get to the specifics on Francesca in a second.
Man, you talking about Francesca, man. Stop with the bullshit. See, bullshit. You bullshitting, man. Francesca never said she was right about everything. She never said that. She never said that. Like, what she's saying is, like, dude, Francesca been so chill with you guys. Like, y'all been on this, like, this pandering to the right shit for like a while now. But she really kept her mouth shut. She kept it on the lows. Then, you know, it's comes to a certain period of time, I guess people say, hey, what's going on with TYT, man? Why they on that bullshit? And she, you know, she had to, you know, come out about it and have you on her show to talk about it. Like, she never said she was correct. She know everything. She never said that. Like, you lying on her name right there, man. Oh, that man Francesca, but you know, I'm talking about her. You know, she thinks she's right. You know, she think I'm an idiot. Like, come on, man. On that bullshit, Jake. On that bullshit.
I'm saying that generally, and that they speak for the left. Well, let's find out if they do speak for the left. This is a little bit of Francesca, a little bit of Emma Vigeland from Majority Report, and spliced in is the actual facts about what the American people think, and interestingly, what Democratic voters think. First, let's watch this.
I'm a big Messi fan, so, but let me just explain this.
Answer my question. Would you allow him, if he said I'm a woman, to play in the American women's national team?
You're using the wrong pronoun
yes, right now. Hell yeah, are you kidding me?
Transgender female athletes in women's sports, only 18% of the country says that they should be, in fact, allowed to participate in women's sports.
Your argument is really bad on this, and you're out of your depth. You're correct that trans women should be able to compete in women's.
This guy using a CNN clip to justify his points. Using a CNN clip, dude. Come on, man. 18% is probably higher than it was 10 years ago. And anyway, you know, like, out of all of the shit that's going on in the world, like, I have to say this, like, we're worried about people that fully transition to play sports? Are you kidding me? Sports should be, yeah, I have a sports show, but, and I'll probably talk about it, but, like, it's so much other more important shit than sports. Like, you know, Liz, she's right about a point. Like, sports is kind of a distraction to a certain extent. But, yeah, man, like, this is wild. See, the culture war bullshit, you know, let's not talk about housing. Let's not talk about healthcare. Let's talk about, should trans people play in women's sports and men's sports too? Women, nobody talks about that, which is weird, but okay.
Sports, but your argument for it is just scientifically and factually incorrect. I'm actually not bad about this. I'm 100% right on this. I don't give a the scientific explanations. People, if they identify as a woman, get to compete in sports. If that's not fair in the short term for a variety of little competitions, I don't give a
And I mean, my goodness gracious, 79%. You rarely get 79% of the country to agree on anything.
Because the societal interest of including trans people in society trumps stupid competition. Full stop. So I'm right about this. You're wrong about this.
You'd let Lionel Messi play in the women's national football team and destroy women's football forever. You'd let Usain Bolt.
It'd be very difficult to get a ticket, which would suck.
I want to do a little checklist here. You'd let Usain Bolt compete as a sprinter in the American women's Olympic team?
Yes.
Okay. You would let Floyd Mayweather compete as a boxer in the women's American boxing team?
Opposing them in women's sports. You get 67% of Democrats, so 2/3 there. You get 64% of independents, so you get about 2/3 there.
So I'm right about this. You're wrong about this.
Okay, generally speaking, if you want to say that you're right about something, sure.
Well, yeah, Emma said it, that she's right, you're wrong, okay? But Francesca never said that, you know, everything she said was right. Like, see, I see what he's trying to do here, man. I see what
everybody has their own opinions, and it's their opinions. That's why they think that they're right. It's another thing to say that you speak for the left. As you just saw there, 67% of Democrats have a position that is actually to the right of mine. I say that trans girls should be allowed to play in girls' sports in high school. 67% of Democrats say no, not allowed in any women's sports. So I'll work on my.
See how ass backwards he sound? He said transgender girls should play in high school sports, but you don't agree with transgender women playing in in sports. That don't make any sense. That's kind of backwards, man. Like, I don't know. That's see, yeah. I'm sick of this half-baked shit going on out here. That's what it is.
Democratic brothers and sisters, and I'll try to get them to my position on that. Nothing wrong with disagreements. And if Emma, Francesca, and others can convince 79% of the nation that is opposed to that to come over to that side, fantastic. Happy to have it. Okay. So I think where the issue comes in is when things get personal. So we got 3 rules, generally speaking, on air here at TYT that are relatively bright lines. So one is, and I say relative, I'll explain that in a second. One is no lying. 2 is no threats of physical violence. And number 3 is don't denigrate personally the other hosts in the network over and over and over again. And I say relatively bright lines because it should be relatively easy to follow, but I get that people have disagreements about, hey, what's a lie? Are what they say about crime stats a lie or not? No, I'm not gonna nitpick that. And we get into heated debates from time to time, me and Ben Glebe in the past, me, Ben Mankiewicz, me, Michael Schur, etc. And I love those debates. And somebody might cross a line and say something they shouldn't know, but we usually hug it out. And so I'm not nitpicking here. What we're looking for is, hey, are we all rowing generally in the same direction, or are some of us drilling holes in the boat? And so are you doing it over and over again on purpose to try to?
So you mad because she calls you a bitch? That's what it is, man. You just say it like, hey, she called me a bitch, man. It hurt my feelings because I'm soft. I'm a softie, Oh, Francesca called me a bitch. Oh, and also too, don't mention like this guy has, man. Francesca live in Jank's brain rent free. I guess he think about her all the time, like, oh, she really. I think she really tapped into his brain, and it drives him crazy. Like that's what it is. Like she said, she kept it professional for a long time, man. It comes to a point in time when when your griff, bro, like it don't resonate like it used to. You get what I'm saying? Like we all know what you're doing, Jank. We all know what you're doing. This is why you losing subscribers, bro. Like people, like you've been doing this for a long time, but really now it comes to a point in time where it's really out there, man. Like holy shit. Like you pandering to the right, and then behind the scenes, we heard that you're going to pan back to the Democratic side. So, God, man.
Create an issue, or even if you're not trying to do it, you are creating an issue by constantly attacking our own. And I have applied this 2 other times, which I'll tell you about in a minute. This all started, unfortunately, when I went on Francesca's show, and we had what seemed like a normal conversation and debate about this issue until it made a turn. And this is part of the turn. Let me show you.
I'm reminded of the book by I think his name is Michael Schneider on tyranny, and he wrote it's like 20 lessons from the 20th century about authoritarianism and fascism. And one of the things that has come to mind when you say my strategy will protect us is he has this chapter, I'm going to bring it up, the first part of it called "Do Not Obey in Advance," and he writes most of the power of authoritarianism is freely given. In times like these, individuals think ahead about what a more repressive government will want, and then offer themselves without being asked. A citizen who adapts in this way is teaching power what it can do. In other words, you don't have to do the sort of crackdown on the left around speech because I'm going to do it for you, or you don't have to come to me.
Down. Again, you're misstating it. I'm doing the exact opposite. You're cracking down by saying, Cenk, you're out of bounds, so you should stop your stupid opinion. And because you're implicating me.
I can't believe that a guy who I used to admire and who I thought had a lot of fight is trying to scratch the back of people who absolutely would never do the same for them.
So we just spent an hour and a half me explaining how I'm not scratching their.
Exactly. Like, bro, this man think because he went on a few right-wing shows and they cuddle up to him and stuff. Like you went on Charlie Kirk show. Like I didn't even know Charlie Kirk was a white supremacist piece of shit until people told me. Like I don't know these people like that. I don't really give a fuck to know, but information comes out. Like, bro, you supposed to be pro, you anti-hate, right? Like Charlie Kirk is full of hate. Like he supports hate. So why would you talk to a hater, a guy that hates? That's like me talking to a Zionist. Like that don't make any sense. Like we talk to a white supremacist. Like they want to talk to me anyway. So yeah, like you coming like, yeah, bro, like you the one going on these shows smearing the left. Gotta put that in parentheses. The left could mean anything. Like Kamala Harris calls herself the left. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's why I like labels. But like you doing it for the right. Like you going on there smearing the left, saying the left, some parts of the left is extremely woke and all that stuff, and you're not pushing back on the right when they say they propaganda. So that's the problem what people have with you, Jake. I can't believe I'm talking about this shit. Hopefully this will be the last time I talk about this because I want to move on to better things. Yeah.
They're back. I'm trying to get.
But I can show you more clips,
to agree
man.
with us on things we believe in and we've always believed in. And you go back to scratch their back.
At least the trains will run on time.
The train's running on time, presumably a reference to Germany. I'm the collaborator, and I'm scratching the right wing's back by having my opinion. The opinion I've always had, an opinion I've had for years, and you guys have seen for years on the show. But if you don't agree with Francesca in that particular case, and some other folks in the extreme left, well, you're not allowed to have that opinion. That is immoral by definition. And how dare you disagree with them? That makes you a right winger or a collaborator. It's
Man, ain't Jake the same guy that calls himself the center left? Like, what the fuck is a center left? You mean you're a centrist? Just say, dude, just say you are a centrist. I don't give a fuck. I mean, oh God, extreme. I like when he said extreme left. Like, what does that mean? Extreme left. What you talking about? A radical left like me and other people, or you talking about? Yeah, these labels, man, are crazy.
But if you say, hey, Cenk, look, I know that she's quoting someone, collaborating with an authoritarian government and saying that that's what you're doing and you're helping the right wing, and that she's not open to the idea of, hey, maybe there's a different strategy and a different opinion on this that gets us to the same result, protecting trans folks or whichever topic we're talking about. Okay, if you're not, and at that point, I certainly hadn't done anything. I think that was, I didn't appreciate that, but that's okay. We kept going, and she's been on the network since. Then she started to do more and more and more, and it got more and more personal. So after that discussion, this happened.
I like that we can both be very Mediterranean about it and get like super mad, but then rein it in and be cool, and then be like, yeah, we're just gonna yell, and then we're gonna be fine, and then we're gonna get over it. So that's the kind of beer I like to have.
Yes. Thank you.
2 days later.
I mean, I have my own thoughts on like why he's doing it. I think, if you think your brain was broken by the 2024 election, I think we're looking at a case where someone's brain was broken even harder.
Okay, so but look, guys, if she,
but how is that offensive? She just said that. Man, Jake is such a snowflake, bro. How is that bad? I said a lot worse than what she said. Like, okay.
She had said that about another host, I probably would have drawn the line there. But it's about me, so I wanted to give more leeway. My brain is broken, and by the way, that's still okay. The first time she's getting super personal. Collaborator, maybe that's a political opinion. Now we're a broken brain, even though we were supposed to have a beer and we were supposed to hash it out and be okay afterwards, but apparently not okay afterwards. But then that was the tip of the iceberg. She continued again and again. Here's the next one.
I do think it's sad that even though they allow people like us into the fold and the fray, they refuse to learn from us or listen to us. And I think that when you have been doing this work for so long, and you still cannot grasp the idea of intersectionality, how race and gender and class all intertwine with one another, and how the right, the fascist goal is to divide us based on these lines. Like, I don't know like who you are. Like, I don't even know if you're smart. You know what I mean? I don't even know. First of all, I don't know who your political mentors are. I don't know who you look up to. I don't know what your touchstones are. I don't know if you know your history in terms of like civil rights, women's rights, gay rights struggle in this country. I don't know anything. I call into question all of that. It sounds like you are just an opportunistic mouthpiece who wants clicks time and time again.
Okay, so
now, how is that a smear? And how she know? How you know is she talking about you? I mean, she is, but again, dude, like damn, you get offended over every little nitpick shit. Like somebody says, man, like people said worse shit about you, bro. I seen videos where people called you out your name, talked about your weight, shit like that. Like, man, like holy crap. But because she's she wasn't really she was a TYT contractor or contributor, I guess, She got company values. Like you picking clips that really don't even have substantive to what you talking about. Like, come on, man. Really?
obviously it's getting deeply personal there. Opportunistic mouthpiece, can't grasp simple concepts, not smart. But guys, and I'm not angry.
She's not talking about your intellect, you idiot. She's talking about like the strategy, the way you moving around, Jank. She's not talking about your intellectual. Oh my God, man. This guy here, man. This guy is a child, bro. Jack is a petulant child.
Look, people have different opinions, and they want to make it personal. It is what it is, right? I'm more sad about it. I'll say something at the end about that. But to me, the attitude that is toxic, and that's what I don't want at TYT. I want to build a community that is really open to conversations. Is they refuse to learn from us. So the idea is, well, obviously I'm right and the only moral center of the universe, and I already told him that, and this guy wouldn't even learn from me. It's just such a deeply arrogant thought that if someone disagrees with you, they need to be re-educated, and maybe they haven't read any books at all. Okay, did she stop there? Of course not.
And yes, as I told Cenk, I do feel very implicated. I have felt implicated by their takes, specifically around crime and policing in years past, definitely by this new heel turn since Trump's reelection, and absolutely by the misrepresentation of the Los Angeles fires and who the responsibility lies on. It is enraging, to say the least.
The Los Angeles fires are not the responsibility of the mayor.
I mean, dude, Jesus. You're not getting it, bro. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. He's not getting it, guys. He picked these clips for no reason at all. Like, they don't even mean anything, like, to what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that he's trying to seem like he's the good guy here. Francesca is the toxic one. He tried to be reasonable with her. Like he said earlier, like, if she was talking to another contributor on TYT, then he would have fired her. But yeah, dude, like, really, in all actuality, you really didn't fire her. She really let herself go. Like, she quit. Really. Then you came. Well, yeah, her and June Roller did the majority report, which, damn, if I knew she was doing that, I would have watched it. So I show you I don't watch TYT content anymore. So yeah, like, she basically thinks she calling Cenk stupid. He don't know anything. Like, she's not saying that. Like, he's not getting it. He's looking at it as smear towards him, which it's not. Like, she's just criticizing the way you moving, dude. Oh God.
they're apparently the responsibility of Republicans, or I don't know. I don't know what her thought on that is, and I don't know why she's enraged by that, but that's okay. Apparently, I've taken a heel turn. By the way, all those folks, not just Francesca, but others that told you were right wing, you watch the show every single day, you see us criticizing Trump and Elon Musk over and over and over and over again, telling you how they're going to do a $4.5 trillion robbery in those tax cuts. Yesterday, we talked about how they're already, hammering Social Security and costing good Americans, what they need from Social Security, how they're going to cut $800 billion from Medicaid, how there's a series of robberies on the way, et cetera. But
okay, I mean, I'm talking about that shit too, bro. Everybody's talking about it. Okay, so what? But you still like, but you still not getting it. Yeah. You saying that? See, I criticize the right. Yeah, you do, but you saying again like the left is the problem, the right ain't the problem. Like there were people seeing it as ain't. You're not getting it, bro. You're not getting it. Oh my God, bro. How many minutes I got of this?
It's okay. Let's just simplify things and say anyone who disagrees with us a little bit is a right winger. But the good news is, at least
she didn't say that. She did not say that. See, you lying again. Francesca did not say that. If you don't agree with her on everything, you're a right winger. I don't. Francesca, we don't know each other like that. But like, if we talk, I'm pretty sure we have disagreements on shit. I'm pretty sure she's not gonna label me as a right winger because I disagree with what she say. Like the fuck, like see, people who do that shit is petty child. Like Jack thinks like, see, petty children thinks like that. Because like, see, TYT is tanking. Like they tanking viewership. Like they did it to themselves. To be honest with you, like like ever since 2020. That's when TYT really shit the bed. You know what I mean? But I'm on good team, man. Like this shit is ridiculous. Like really, this is such a weak response to this. Like, and where Anna at? Why Anna is not in the studio? I really believe Anna gonna leave TYT, man. I think she wants to do a gig on Fox News or some shit. Like Anna, I think Anna really made that transition to the right. I think Anna said, I'm tired of this shit. Oh shit. Okay.
Francesca will not be implicated anymore. And I never understood that because she's been saying this for a long time now, that she was implicated by us. Then why keep taking the check? And it's not a big check. And Francesca has had, a career before us. She talks about that. Of course she did. And she'll have a career after us. There's no problem with that. So why, if you think we're collaborators and we've taken a heel turn and we're working with fascists, why did you choose to get implicated with us all these days? But good news, no longer implicated. Believe it or not, she did not stop there. This is now another show. Watch.
Oh God.
So Cenk's line up until this point has been, no, it's at the collegiate level and above. I think once you get to the college level and above, that's when it's bad. So he would be on board with what the NCAA said recently. But you're so dumb. You're so dumb. I don't even know how to explain it to you anymore. Unless, this is the other option, unless you also are a transphobe. You know what I'm saying? Unless you also are kind of a misogynist.
Because if you disagree with Francesca or anyone on that part of the spectrum, well, you must be a misogynist. You must be collaborating with the fascists. And obviously you.
I mean, you kind of do sound like a transphobe a little bit, saying that LeBron, like you saying that, LeBron played in the WNBA, he would score 200 points. Like, why would you say that shit like that? But okay, let's continue.
You must be unintelligent.
And also too, that was Francesca's breaking point. I guess she, like, yeah, when you had your breaking point, yeah. Like I kind of get why she did that. Like sometimes you try to hold back, but those people do. They push you to the limit, man. Like, cause people like this petulant child.
Now,
right here.
If I had called her dumb, I wonder what her reaction would have been. My guess is nuclear. But I didn't call her that because we have a disagreement. We have a political disagreement. You don't need to make it personal. Not done yet. One last one.
And also before Francesca delivered a knockout blow, she don't think you dumb, bro. It just like you making dumb opinions. Like she's not challenging your intellect, Jank. They're Jank thinking. Like we try to tell you, like, hey, this you like this, and you know what I mean. But you just okay. Let me let her continue, man. Like sometimes kind of lose my train of thought a little bit. Holy shit. Here you go.
What has it got you? What did it get you? When you go and share a stage with Dr. Phil, what did it get you? Nothing. You know why? Because you look like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You look like a bitch. That's what it is. Like, that's just what it comes down to. You don't look like a fighter. You don't look smart.
Yeah, Jank is acting like a bitch. He is like, Francesca called me a bitch. Oh God, what am I do? Yeah, it's really how you really look right now, Jank. Like, she ain't wrong.
You look like a bitch. That's just the reality. I've tried to tell it to you nicely. I've tried to tell it to you cordially. I've tried to tell it to you on your show, on my show, on every show. And so either you A, are a bitch, or B, you actually agree with the right. And I'm starting to think, in fact, I do think it's the latter.
Okay. So again, if I had called her that would have been a different situation, right? But look, guys, also on the policy or the strategy, when you go talk to the right wingers, first we did that, and I mainly did that, and there was a lot of blowback saying don't ever talk to the right wing, but they won the popular vote. How are we going to win back the voters if we never talk to them? If we don't win them back, we can't ever win an election.
But Jank, well, you and Anna both during Trump's first term said that we shouldn't talk to these people. These people are lost. I remember y'all said MAGA's lost. We shouldn't talk to them. Like you, the one said that. I ain't even thought not to say some shit like that. Like I'm not where I am politically now back then, but I'm like, that's how you get people to your side. You talk to them about what we stand for, what our values and morals are. And yeah, to be honest with you, some right wingers, are kind of like they have rhetoric that, like what they think of, trans people, for example, like LGBTQ people. Like, it's not, but hopefully you could talk to them out of that. Like, get out of that. Don't do that. Like, those are people too. Like, trans people are people, LGBTQ people. Like, yeah, but come on, man. Ah, God.
And that doesn't mean the far end of MAGA. It means the independents that voted for Trump and maybe some right-wing populists that voted for Trump. Now I've noticed that faction is now saying, well, I mean, of course we should talk to the right, but we should only yell at them or we should only accost them. That seems like a really productive conversation. And now I guarantee you they'll say, no, I don't mean just yell at them, but just like build coalitions. As Francesca said recently, apparently she's changed her mind about being a collaborator, but not with Trump voters. Well, who would it be if it wasn't Trump voters? Those are folks on the edge of the middle of the spectrum that we got to bring to our side. We've got to convince them that the populist left is right, not necessarily the populist right, or parts where we agree. Hey, great, let's work together on that. So who are we building coalitions with if it isn't the other side or people who voted in the other direction? And if we talk to them, what are we doing? Only screaming fascists in their face? Or are we having a human conversation? So look, this is not an attitude that I agree with. Again, there are other shows that love what she's saying. And no problem, to each his own, it's a free country. Go and love that and yell and scream and do all the things that you want to do. But do you think that after you do a joint appearance with Dr. Phil or anyone else, that the very next day all of MAGA is going to show up and go, oh, I changed my mind? You're absolutely right. No, this is a gradual process where Americans begin to talk to one another and start to learn about each other and start, oh, that's what you mean. Oh, that's how you perceived it. And we begin to have human conversations until we understand each other. Again, if you don't want to understand them and you don't want to do that, plenty of other shows. So she said, I tried to tell them, it has the right-wing shows online in red and it has the left-wing shows online in blue, okay? What we did there, and I hope you can see it, is we put a little bit of a green circle around the TYT show. So the Young Turks is right next to Rogan. We got 12 million subscribers, one of the largest ones in the whole chart. But Rebel Headquarters is also on there. Damage Report is on there. Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie's on there. And when you put them together, that's 18.8 million. And it is one of the largest presence in online media, period. If you include our alumni, people that have been in part.
One thing crazy about this part, I fast forwarded it because he's talking about a whole bunch of nothing. This towards the end. Like, my thing is that, like, dude, TYT, you going by subscribers, but how many of those subscribers are actually watching your videos? Like, you just going by the numbers. I can say we got 1 million subscribers and damn, our video views, we get what, 5 or 10,000 video views a day? Like, that's horrible for 1 million subscriber channel. A lot of smaller channels than that get more than that, dude. Like y'all videos, y'all get like 30, 40,000 views a video. Like, bro, like maybe 100. Like 100 is even abysmal. Like, you got 6 million subscribers and you only get less than 100K views, man, per video. Like, you sad, bro. You you sad, man. But he including Damage Report, which Damage Report is, a lot of people I talked to a lot of people about John Alarola, and a lot of people said John Alarola is now the guy that they'll only guy they'll listen to on the TYT network. Like, they don't even watch the main TYT show, which I guess this clown is on right now. Like, dude, like, nobody wants to listen to you in Atlanta anymore, bro. Like, y'all missed the point. Like, I think what would have made TYT more prevalent is if they did side with, Joe Biden back in 2020, and then what they doing now, which is, trying to grift because, the funds are running up dry, I heard. So, yeah, bro, like, okay.
Part of the TYT network in one way or another throughout the years, then we're at 30.1 million subscribers with the way that Media Matters does it. Today, actually, when you include all the platforms that we're on, some of which Media Matters did not count, we have 27 million subscribers. Now, why do I tell you that? Because, guys, we're trying to build something. Fox News has dominated discourse in this country for at least 20 years, almost 30 now. And they've made an enormous difference, and I think for the worse, for the much, much worse. We're trying to build a network that makes a difference for the better. But by the way, you don't have to agree with us, and you don't have to say, oh, well, okay, then great, and we should help you and support you. No, you don't have to do that. Build something of your own. Instead of being destructive over and over and over again, how about?
But you know what? I am trying to build something of my own. That's why I built the ATP network, because I think that, hey, we are more than just Twitter accounts, blabbering on it all day. Like, we could do something more productive. We could reach a section of the population that's not on Twitter. Like, everybody's not on Twitter. Like, we could reach people on Twitch, and we could reach people on Rumble. We could reach people on YouTube. Like, it's a lot of incredible people that are on social media that don't have a platform to speak. Like, we're not a bougie platform. Like, we'll welcome anybody to come on. Like, people that I disagree with, people that I agree with. Like, I'm open to everybody. Like, I don't even talk about TYT. I'm not the vanguard, bro. Like, you said tearing people down. I'm not the vanguard, dude. Like, the only reason why I'm talking about this because Francesca is, a good person. I like Francesca. I don't agree with her on everything. Like, I think our politics are sort of different. I'm post-duopoly. I guess she's in between, but like, bro, like, I'm not stud. I don't wake up saying, what the hell Jake and Anna talking about today? Like, I don't give a fucking shit. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't wanna be a TMZ like channel. Like, we already got that. It's called a Vanguard. Like, I'm not smearing them guys, Zach and Gavin. Like, they doing what they doing, it's working for them. I'm not smearing them. Like, that's not me. But I'm just saying, like you said, alumni, like, the alumni mean they don't work for you no more. So why are you including the alumni in your in the infographic? Like like TYT isn't really in a bad place right now. Jank, he's trying, I guess by showing that shit at the end, I guess he's trying to make a statement like, you know, like bro, like you did this to yourself. If you stayed the course, you wouldn't suffer this, but you decide to chase where the money is going, and obviously the money is on the right. So you say, hey, by me going on these right wing platforms, maybe a few of those advertisers reach out to TYT, and then I can fund myself in my company. But it's not working that way, bro. Like you think people like. Yeah, people probably like you. Right wingers probably they still don't like you because you said you called Trump a Nazi. Let's not forget that. Like you called Trump a Nazi, bro. Like the right wing don't forget that shit. Like right wing that's still like Trump. So yeah, man. Like yeah, man. It's crazy. Janky's full of shit. Like the adult in this situation is Francesca. Francesca. She kept it neutral. She didn't get overly emotional. Cause I know probably like that interview when she had him on. I think before Christmas. Like I'm pretty sure she won. But it comes to a point in time where like man, sometimes being cool and cordial isn't enough. And also too like he acting like he just removed her from the network. Like bro, like according to Francesca, like after that interview on like she had on her show Bitchwation Room, like you didn't even you didn't invite her to the main show anymore. And my thing with John out of road too. Then I'm gonna end this stream dude, like you and Francesca had I didn't watch none of the shows, so I can't actually commentate. But from what I heard, like it was a good segment. You had her on, y'all talk about different stuff. Like why you didn't stand up for your friend, right? I guess your friend. Like why you didn't stand up for her? Like that shit boggles my mind. Like you let Jank just have full control over your show. Like that's your show. I know Jank said he let the contributors have power over their whole show. Like it'd be one thing if you say, hey, she can't come back on the main show. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, nobody's watching that. But Damage Report has his own YouTube channel. Like, my thing is, I will break away from Jank. I'm pretty sure you signed a contract with him, right? But if you can, like, I'll break away from Jank. Bring Francesca back on periodically or whatever. Like, continue that, man. Like, you and another guy, I can't think of his name right now, but y'all the two most likable people on there. Like it's not Janky Anna anymore. So yeah, Jank is just a petulant child, man. So all right, guys, that's the show. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the of the Good Faith Show on the ATP Network. Got some final plugs for you. Be sure to follow the ATP account. Official Twitter account is at ATP Network 247. And also to follow ATP Network crew, we putting in the work. That's that's all I can ask for. And also too, guys, like the video, man. Like I know y'all like my content. I know y'all like my content. I can tell y'all like my shit. So if you like me, some of you guys don't like me. This is cool, but I mean the people that do like me watching, like the video. So all right, guys. That wraps up this episode. Have a good day, everybody. And oh yeah, before I go, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu.